With rape, the first time I was raped, I was 4 years old, and it was neighbor's houseboy and his friends. I've also been in other conditions that I've been raped. If I've not been raped in my lifetime, I've been raped like, over a dozen times, for different reasons, different points in my life. But the question is, does life stop? Should the fact I was raped determine, or should the fact I was raped change my destiny in life negatively? No. The fact I was raped is a reason I should speak up. The fact I was raped is my conviction that response to rape, for instance, in Nigeria is zero. I mean, trauma is handled with levity. Counseling is a luxury in Nigeria. It's a luxury, and until we get these things right, we're going to continue having a lot of deviant youths, people with wrong mentalities and wrong ideologies, and we don't need all of that. Well, the most recent was it was an attempted rape, but that one, everybody in my family, because that one, in all honesty, I was ready to murder him, because he says we should come and we should talk about it, and we should just come and talk about our differences. He was sorry for, and before I knew it, he was violent, and then he was telling me things like he's supposed to have sex. Like, seriously, who died that made him king? You understand? But the beauty of it was I knew that I was ready to commit murder, because it had gotten to that point for me, and I was proactive and called my family. So while everything was going on, before I knew it, my family members came in, and a man just see you and where they go first. In fact, the last time that happened was on the 9th of July, where the same Abuja Environmental Task Force Protection Board, their task force, had men digging their hands into my trousers. Like, seriously. We red belts in those areas for a reason, because it is private. We don't want to, unless I take it off willingly and say you're welcome. It's a no-go area. I mean, we should learn to communicate. We should stop using force. We should stop using brutality on citizens. And until that happens, we're just going to continue getting a lot of things wrong. Dorothy Njemanze Foundation. Okay, well, because of the abduction of women in Abuja, I went to Public Complaints Commission to complain. And the commission said that we have to be affiliated with an NGO before the commission takes our complaints, for Christ's sake, like Public Complaints Commission. But sensing that there could be sacred cows that people are trying not to have anything to do with, we proceeded to Corporate Affairs Commission. Now, Corporate Affairs Commission, by the time we're done with the registration there, we had over 70 complaints. Over 70. And luckily, we've been able to help victims with access to justice, some legal support, access to medical support, and then counseling, which we know very much is a luxury. Because a lot of times we had issues of families of victims thinking that the issue at stake is prostitution. Meanwhile, the issue at stake was victimization. Meanwhile, what happens? What happens is this. Women are violated, and then sexual offenses are used because of fear of stigmatization, knowing that fear of stigmatization will ensure that many women don't speak up. And for that reason, a lot of people just keep quiet, suppress the things, and just keep holding it down. And anything they tell you, you don't have an opportunity to defend yourself. Even if you try to defend yourself, you're already branded prostitute, and nobody wants to hear from a prostitute. But coming to think of it, even the people who are called prostitutes are human beings. So there's no reason to treat any of them short of a human being. If you don't understand what's in here, how then do you want to help them? If you don't make a connection with somebody in a well, how do you want to pull the person out of the well? That's my thinking. Over 60% of the population is illiterate. Over 60% of the population lives below the poverty line. So the factors that these contribute to the problems we have now, how best can you address it? Adult literacy, subconscious learning. The best engaging platforms are the media. The entertainment media are artistically, they deploy arts creatively to send messages across, and that's my strength. That's my area of strength. So luckily I'm an actress too, and I have my degree in communication. Of course I still act, and a couple of, in fact, aside the movies, being tipped for awards here and there, I am happy that finally people stop seeing me as a mad person, because before now, the only media house that even took me serious in the first instance was SaharaReporters. Let's start from there. that was where people now started hearing, and I was able to put victims to come up and say this is their experience, this is what they went through, and all of that. And eventually, Silent Tears. My story inspired the documentary Silent Tears. Silent Tears was done by Osiwa. Silent Tears took over 3 years to do. Silent Tears is now out, and Silent Tears won Viewers' Choice Award in the AFRIF 2015. So we're happy that people can see women as human beings, because women's rights are human rights. And don't forget that women are very instrumental to our society. Why? Because women give birth to children. A woman who is empty here or here cannot give the children what a woman gives from here and what a woman gives from here. What a woman gives from the head is different from what a woman gives from the heart. A broken woman has limited to give, and an empty woman in the head has also limited to give. And limited giving to children means they grow, you know, with limited basics. My big sister and very big inspiration, Dorothy Njemanze, you know, Anne almost lost her job on Tinsel because of the scandals that came about from the APB thing. But the issue here was, I was a victim. It was wrongly reported. What was reported was an Njemanze, actress Njemanze, prostitute. That was what everybody was taking. A lot of people also say, you know, it will pay you a lot better to just focus on your acting work, you know, this and that. My brother and my sister, all die or die. Everybody 6 feet 9 we get. No difference. You understand? So, especially the religious people at this point, standing in the gap on behalf of the land, which the Bible advocates, is not staying in your closet and praying for things you cannot come out in the public and defend. Your open yes or no is what God planted you wherever for. That's how I see it. Relationships with my colleagues, I've had wonderful colleagues who are supportive. There's Brian Okwara, there's Derele Edu, there are a lot of people, Stella Damasos, Chika Ike. I mean, the few people who check on me once in a while, like, Dory, are you really sure you're good? I mean, I don't know why you get the power to do these things, but God will bless you. I mean, they're wonderful people. Uti, I mean, they're just a few, when I say wonderful, they go out of their way to make sure that I'm fine, because they know that caregivers also need care, and they're supportive. I mean, a lot of people, as at last 2 years, a lot of people were decasting me from jobs because they say I was fighting the government, simply because I spoke up and said, government not listening to victims translates to government supporting injustice done to victims, and then it becomes state-sponsored violence against the people. And then my MC jobs, everything, they started taking away from me. But you see, it's never too late to start your life all over again. I've done so, I do so repeatedly, and I encourage you, don't be scared. Talk. When you finish talking, highest they will do, they'll take material things away from you. But with God, and what God puts inside you, it's easy to start life all over again.